In today's video, we're going to be going over exactly what Bitcoin's doing right now, what it did last night, and where we think that this thing is going. Welcome to Empire Trading Academy, guys. Hit the subscribe, hit the like if you will, and let's get right into this. So we got a lot going on right now. You know, we've been consolidating in this range between 40, let's say 41,000 and 30,000, which we've broken to the downside a couple times, but we've really held that 30,000 point. Okay. More recently, you know that I'm a proponent of Wyckoff. I think that we're following this thing pretty much to a T. And more recently, we really have with this spring that we had that bear trap right below 30,000, whales creating that bear trap, selling off. We have retail traders that are thinking, hey, we're going down to 20,000. They're selling their coins. Meanwhile, the whales are buying that up. And now we head back up to the upside, back into that channel. Now, Wyckoff is showing that we have this spring where we have this bear trap. Okay. We have this run up here. We have a pullback to that 30,000 mark, which is exactly what we did. And when I say 30,000, his schematic shows that it pulls back to that ultimate long-term support, which is exactly what happened. We bounce off that. We get some more buying. We have another test at another support, which is what we had here. We've tested this here. We've tested this here. And that created our secondary test before we go up. Now, ultimately, what that is showing is that we have this buy, retest, major support, buy, retest again. We come up. Now, remember, it's going to be a little choppy. It's not just going to go straight up, right? But we have that retest up. We have that buy right up to, let's say, 40,000. We trade and consolidate within that 42 to 40,000 before we make it to the upside there. We finally go ahead and break that 41, 42,000 resistance there. Okay. Now that's Wyckoff, but that's just one of our confirmations and an indicator of possibly where we're going. But let's look at price action. What do we have? So we've had this recent, let's say, what is that? Say for the past couple of weeks, right? We have been making higher lows. Okay. So that's our first bullish indicator. We're making those higher lows, and we were and possibly still are making those higher highs. Okay. So even like this, we could even draw this possible channel that we have going on here. Okay. Draw that in there. Okay. So we have our ascending resistance, we have our ascending support, and we're creating this little channel here still inside. Okay. If you were to draw this, okay, possibly this was like this. I had it originally drawn like this. We broke to the downside of that. But remember, whenever you're drawing lines, guys, it's never going to be one price point. It could be an area. So be careful of where you set your stop losses. Your stop losses should not be so tight that you get any sort of squeeze, you're going to get stopped out. Okay. So if we were to take from the very bottom of this wick to this very bottom of this wick, look where we are here. Okay. We're still maintaining this 32,800 support, which is crucial, which is good, because if we were to break that to the downside, our next stop would be 30,000. And that's something personally I do not want to see. So we have our price action, higher lows, possible higher highs, which is what we're looking for. Okay. So that is looking good there. Okay. RSI, let's look at our indicators. Okay. We have our RSI here. We're getting slightly into oversold territory. Okay. But again, let's look at the RSI. We're on the 4-hour time frame. We have this, we have our sell-off, right? That big sell-off down to 28.5, right? 28.8. We had way in oversold territory. Okay. And then we had our pullback, and what happened? Just like our price action up here, what do we have here? We hit a higher low. Okay. From here, we came back down to our low, but it was higher than this, higher low. We had our run up, higher high, came back down again, higher low, okay, just like our price action. So that is positive. Now we did break to the downside here, but we can still look at it possibly if we make the move to the upside. We have this low, higher low. This would be a higher low. We're maintaining support here. So we're going to look for us to maintain this support. Again, if we don't hold this, we want to hold that 32,800. And if we don't hold that, we're going to break down to 30,000. But if we can hold this, we'll make our way up to 36. And then ultimately, we want to make our way up to the 38,300. That's our next target. And then ultimately 40 to 42 is what we're looking at and what we're going to look to break if we're going to continue this bull run. Now let's again indicators. Let's look at our MACD. Our MACD, same thing that's going on with the RSI. Okay, we had our initial sell-off. MACD is way down here. Okay, here's our first low. Okay, we get the crossover from our MACD line over our signal line. That can be a buy indicator, which is what we had here. We had buying. That would be a good short-term trade. Okay, we had our pullback, and we have our first low after our initial low, and that's higher. Okay, we had our run up. We had our pullback for another low. Again, this low, higher, right? So the bulls and the buying pressure is getting a little more and more. Okay, we still do have selling pressure, but if the bulls can overtake and we can continue that buying pressure up, it'll slowly start to move some of the bears into the bull category, and then we can continue to really move this up. Now, if we break this 40,000, 41,000, 42,000 area, that will be a big indicator of, hey, we really may be continuing this bull run. So that could be really good. Where we're at here on the MACD, we did get the MACD line crossing back over to the downside of the signal line, possibly going below zero. But we had the same exact thing here before we made a run up. So we want to see any sort of breakdown from here is going to start to show weakness in really all indicators. Okay. Not too much volume coming in yet. Possibly we see some, if we're going to move to the downside, we should see some sort of increased volume either way, especially if we were to break the 32.8 level to the downside. We would see selling volume. If we can hold this, we should see some more buying volume as a confirmation of, hey, that's a higher low. Let's keep this thing going. Okay. Our simple moving averages, we have our two short-term moving averages is green and the blue, and then our longer term, which is the 21, and that is that's our longer term moving average. Okay. Our short term is still above our long term, looking like we're coming down. But if we continue to hold this support, we should stay above that longer term, which is going to be a bullish indicator for us. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that, guys. Let's look at all these major support levels as indicators of holding in which direction that we're going. Look for these trade opportunities off major support levels. Okay, keep your emotions out of it. Keep your stop losses tight, but not too tight, right? We want to cut our losers short and let our winners run. And yeah, so that really sums up Bitcoin right now, guys. Again, it's Monday, but it's a holiday. So we'll see where this thing goes tomorrow. Possibly we get some more price action and more volatility tomorrow. Guys, again, subscribe, please hit that like. Check us out on our social media. Go to our website. You can go hit our link in any of our social media platforms, www.empiretradingacademy.com. Sign up for when we drop our course, guys. That course I'm super excited about this course. It's going to give you every single thing that you need in order to trade from beginning to end. You can be the most novice trader and never traded before. And it'll walk you through every single thing that you need to know. And it'll give you the tools to be able to trade, whether you want to do it part-time, whether you want to do it full-time. It'll give you all the necessary tools that you need. As long as you put in the work, as long as you be disciplined about it, guys, I'm telling you that trading really can change your life, and I'm proof of that. So check us out, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.